Hello! Welcome back to another vlog. It is a beautifully dreary, rainy day today. So I'm fairly sure that the last time that I picked up the camera, I was talking about some stuff that I had gotten in the mail. I got some crochet tension rings, some compression gloves, granny square blocking board, some spray to stiffen my earrings, and those like 90-degree lap looking glasses. And I was gonna do a little review of those things, but that was like a week ago, and I just haven't picked up my camera in about a week. And I've been using those things. Well, I haven't been using the compression gloves. I think I'm gonna take those back and get a different pair because they just don't really fit. The compression gloves, they don't really fit, and they don't have very good compression in the wrists, which is the main reason that I wanted them, was for wrist pain. And I've kind of been noticing that it kind of compresses my fingers and like the sides of my hand, but I really need it to compress right here and on my wrists, and it doesn't feel like it is doing that. So I'm probably gonna take those back. I got a darning mushroom from Amazon, and I've been darning my husband's socks, and I've been trying to get better about mending and darning socks and all that stuff. And as far as the tension rings, I got 10 of them for $10, and out of the 10, only one fits me. But it's the coolest one. It's the snake. The snake is the only one that fit me, and that one was my favorite one. This one is probably, I probably like could wear this just like on another finger, you know, when I'm not crocheting. You know, this is a badass ring. But it is the only one that fits me, and it does work for a tension ring. It's still, the yarn still kind of rubs on my finger a little bit when I'm crocheting with that cotton yarn. That cotton yarn is a bitch on my fingers and my wrists, but it's cute and it's great for summer. So I'm gonna have to deal or find something to fix my pain. I was thinking about maybe just like wrapping my finger in Scotch tape. I started this top. I started another one of those halter tops in that cotton yarn, and it's green. So that is going to be done within the next couple of days, I hope. I could probably finish that today if I really, really tried, but like I said, this cotton yarn is a bitch on my wrists. And it really hurts, and I don't know why. Maybe I just have to get used to it, but I've been crocheting with cotton yarn for a few weeks now since, you know, the weather's been warmer, and it still hurts. It still hurts. That being said, I bought more of it. I went to Walmart today because I got an anniversary card for my husband, but while I was there, I went to the yarn section. Okay, well, first of all, before I show you the yarn, I got these gold fish hook ear wires, and I'm telling you this because I bought this exact package of earring hook wires a couple of weeks ago, and I lost them, and I know for certain they are in this house because I took them to the library to make earrings while I was at knitting club a couple of weeks ago, but I know I didn't forget it at the library because I saw it in my bag. I saw it in my bag. The question is, though, because when I switched from using my purple bag on a daily basis back to my old bag, that wasn't a crocheted one because I was wearing an outfit and my crochet bag didn't go with that outfit. I switched over my stuff. I saw the gold earring hook wires in my purse in there, and I said, ooh, I don't want to forget those in there. So then I thought I took them out and I put them in my craft cart, saying because I'm moving my stuff and I'm not going to be using this purse on a daily basis anymore, I don't want to forget these in here. So I thought I put them in my craft cart. I looked all up and down my craft cart and they're not there. So I'm sure they'll turn up, but I just didn't want to wait anymore to make earrings with gold hooks because I made these pink ones with gold hooks, and they're really freaking cute. And I really just don't think that they would have looked as cute with silver hooks, because pink is a warm tone and gold is warm tone, right? Are we on the same page here? So, I don't know. There are just certain colors that I didn't feel like would look good with silver hooks. So I really wanted to get the gold ones. And I freaking lost them. So I had to go buy more. But they were cheap. But like, I lost at least like 110 of these, because there's 120 in a pack. They were $5, but still. I'll let you know when I find them. It might be weeks from now, or they may never turn up. I don't know, because, oh man, there's the story that I will never forget. When my husband and I moved into this house right after we got married, we like changed the locks and everything. We got ourselves some new locks, and the keys that it came with, I lost them, and I don't understand, because they were in my hand 1 second, and then I turned around and they were gone, and I thought maybe we dropped them in the yard, and we looked up and down the yard, and so we ended up having to replace our newly replaced locks, because I lost the keys to our new locks. And we thought, sure enough, that the keys would turn up someday, and we would say, oh look, those are the keys that we lost all that time ago. And they never turned up. They never turned up. We never found them. That was a tangent, and I forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so I got these earring hook wires. And then I got these cardboard bobbins for my embroidery floss. Just because sometimes it gets tangled. Especially if you like put it in your bag and you don't use all of it at once. Which, I mean, I make these crochet earrings with embroidery floss. Other than to make these, I don't imagine any time using all of an embroidery floss little skein at one time. But, you know, I got these just in case to spool up my spare embroidery floss. And I can label the number on it, so if I ever need more, I know what color it is. Okay, and I got 6 balls of yarn. I got I got 3 of 2, what am I trying to say? I got 6 balls of yarn, and I got 3 colors. I got some yellow cotton yarn. This is the peaches and cream, the one that's the sugar and cream, but the Walmart version. I wanted to get these because yellow is my favorite color, and I have all of these crochet tops, and I don't have a yellow one. So I want to make myself a yellow top. The question is, do I make myself like a crop top with the cups, or the halter style top? Because my instinct is just to make a bunch of those halter style tops in a bunch of different colors, because I really like that style of top and I think I look good in it. I keep like second guessing myself, being like, oh well, you can't make, you know, so many of the same top in different colors, because then you'll just have all of the same top and it's just in different colors. So what? So what? So what? That's a mental barrier that I have to get over. So I might make more halter style tops in this color. Stop being blurry. And thunder rolls. Can you hear the thunder roll? And then I got some, well, I don't think this counts as variegated. It's more speckled. It's like this kind of creamy beige cotton yarn with speckles of like burnt orange and dark green and a little bit of brown, I think. And I wanted to make a top that was more neutral. Sometimes I like wearing neutral colors. And this has colored specks in it. So, oh, I probably should tell you the names of these, huh? I'm a bad yarn influencer. I'm not an influencer at all. I'm just trying to have my own business. I'm not trying to be an influencer. This color is called Sunshine, the yellow one. And these ones are called Oasis. I've used this color before, the Oasis. I've used it before to make a top. And then I got this one, which is just like so cotton candy, summer at the fair type vibes. Wow. Super nice. And this colorway is called Fleur de Lavande. Lavande. Fleur de Lavande. Why is that in French? Why is that in French? Coulier. I took French in high school, okay? Just for 2 years, not for the full 4. And I guess since we're doing a full haul here, I got a Dr. Pepper too. Can you hear the rain? I hope leaving that window open to record this is nice and not annoying. Like, I hope those rain sounds are like calming ambiance background and not just shut your window, lady. Been talking for a while. I've just been catching you up on some stuff. I really want to use that granny square blocking board sometime today in this video. Ooh, let me pose for a thumbnail real fast. Let me pose for a thumbnail with all my yarn that I bought today. My mini yarn haul. Oh, something else really exciting. I made my first earring sale. Thank you. So what happened is one of my family members stopped by my house, and she told me that her daughter, my cousin, had been showing her my earrings that I had been posting pictures of on Facebook, and I also happened to be wearing some at the time that she stopped by, and she asked me to make her a pair, and so I did. I made her a white pair, and she wore it to a school function. She's a teacher, and yeah, that was really nice. That was nice that she wanted a pair of my earrings and paid for it and was super nice about it. That was really nice. So that's exciting. Also, I've been listening to Ready Player One. I got that. I loaned it out as an audiobook through Libby. I love Libby. You guys know about Libby? You can get stuff for free online on your phone without having to go to the library through the library. It's great. I will not stop raving about that app. If I ever get sponsored one day, I would love to be sponsored by Libby, okay? Anyway, Ready Player One. I loaned it out through Libby, and it's a great audiobook, read by Will Wheaton. I really like it. I know that I'm like really late to the game on that. I was really popular. I don't know when it was written, but the movie came out in 2018, so it probably came out in like 2017 or 2016 or like something like that. Some like Hunger Games around that time, I think. I really like it. It's good. I'm about an hour and a half away from the end. Spoiler alert for the book, I'm going to be talking about some plot points. Skip to this timestamp for the end of the spoilers. So I've gotten to the point where H has been revealed that she is actually a girl, which I didn't see coming. I did not see that coming, which I probably should have. Also, Artemis, I kind of called it like halfway, because I kind of had the suspicion that, you know, she's been going on and on about, you know, I don't really look like this, and you don't really love me because I'm ugly in real life and I don't look like my avatar and blah blah blah. And all of this time throughout the whole book, I was just like, why do I get the vibe that she's like actually just a normal average girl who's just insecure? And I had the suspicion that she actually did look like her avatar, but she just told Wade that she didn't because she lacked confidence and was insecure, and that was kind of right. I mean, like, she looked pretty much like her avatar except for, like a birthmark on the side of her face, which, you know, didn't dissuade Wade's feelings at all. But I was like, other than that, she looked pretty much just like her avatar, and I was like, I freaking called it. She's just insecure. That's what she is. And I mean, I haven't finished the book, so maybe they're gonna talk about it. But I really like it so far. I might let you know my like final thoughts when I finish the book. I have on hold. I'm like in the queue to loan out Ready Player 2, which is the sequel to that book, and it's also read by Will Wheaton, and I'm excited for that. So I'll let you know when I start the second book, because I want to read the second book. Is there a second movie? Is there a Ready Player 2 movie? I don't think there is. I've probably been talking long enough just to make this a video on itself, you know, just chatty little catch-up video, but I did say that I wanted to test out that blocking board by the end of the day, because it's only 1 o'clock. I've still got some hours left in the day. Just because it's raining and dark outside does not mean that the day is over, brain. So I'm gonna take a break. I didn't do anything. I just sat down and talked about yarn, which I love doing. But I'm gonna have some lunch. And after lunch, probably clean up the house a little bit. And while I'm gonna clean the house, I'm gonna listen to my book. Oh my gosh, cleaning the house is so much more tolerable when I have an audiobook. And there's something about it that's like even more tolerable than when I listen to music. And I love listening to music. But there's just something so immersive about the book that isn't immersive about the music. Like, you know, the music changes all the time. Like every 3 to 5 minutes, the music is changing. But like when you're listening to a book, it's like, whoa, an hour has passed. And, you know, I like reading audiobooks. I like listening to audiobooks, and I want to get more into that. I've read a couple of audiobooks before this one, and I like it. I want to get into reading audiobooks more. And then afterwards, I'm going to test out that Granny Square blocking board. So, here's this blocking board. I don't remember everything that I said the last time that I was talking about it, but I think I was talking about how I was reading the reviews for the other Amazon blocking boards, and I chose this one because of the peg count and the tightness of the pegs. And it also had a little stand. So, okay. Here's my squares. So here are my squares. I've got 2 different ones, one with the hot pink on the outside and one with the light pink on the outside. Well, I guess I'm just gonna stick the pegs in. That's what she said. Okay, and I'm just gonna put it right here on that corner so I have enough room, because I have other granny squares. Okay, so I've got the size of my first granny square here. Oop. And I'm just going to stretch it. There we go. One nice little square. Okay. See, now, I don't know if I should, like, bring in the whole square, like a 1/2 inch. Because I don't want it to be stretched out too much, but I don't think it is. I think this is a good size. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get my steamer. Okay, I've got my steamer here. And I'm just gonna wait for that to heat up. Okay, now that this is boiling and steaming away, I'm just gonna see what I'm doing here. And also, this is nice because I'm not going to be having to, like, pin it and unpin it and pin it and unpin it and pin it and unpin it. The one thing that I am concerned about that I didn't think about until literally just this second is that, what is this steam going to do to this wood? You think? Do you think it's going to do anything? Now, my steamer does not hold that much water, so I might have to, like, refill this a couple of times before I've steamed all of them. But I want to make sure that I'm steaming them all individually. You know, and I'm not just stacking them in one big stack and then steaming the stack, because the ones on the bottom are not going to get steamed. See, now I've got 2 stacked high, and I probably won't, like, lay them touching each other. I might leave like a 1/2 inch or 1 inch gap, just so that they dry fine. There's no problems with them drying or anything like that. I don't think there's really a... It looks like I'm on fire, like from a video game. You know, like how video game people look when they're on fire? I guess there's not really, like, an efficient way to speed up this steaming time. You still gotta steam all the squares, I guess. Yeah, see, oh no, my sleeve! See, yeah, all of this, steam is getting on the wood. You think that's gonna be a problem? I hope not. That has no water in it. I have a hole in my sleeve. I could darn it. I could darn it with my darning mushroom. Yeah, that is something that I did not even think about at all when I was looking on Amazon for blocking boards of this type. I did not even think for 1 second what the steam would do to the wood. Hopefully it does nothing. But like I said, these pegs fit pretty snugly in these holes. And I bought this one specifically for that reason because I read a review on another blocking board that said that the pegs were kind of loose in the holes, and that when you would take the granny squares off of the board, the pegs would sometimes come out. And I didn't want that. That sounded really frustrating to me. So I got this one specifically for the tight peg holes. But if the wood is going to swell because of the steam, then the pegs won't fit in there at all. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm not the biggest steam blocker in the universe, but when it comes to granny squares specifically and things that you really want to be square, it really, really does make a difference, especially with acrylic yarn, I think. And I've never used like any really fancy natural wools, so I don't know if that, I mean, I've seen people block with those types of fibers, but I've never worked with it myself. So here's my blocking squares, and then it just sits there on this stand, and I can set this on my desk or whatever, and it can dry. Isn't that great? So this is what I'm going to be doing for the next little bit, is I'm going to be listening to my audiobook and steaming my squares, and I'll let you know what I think of the blocking board. So far I really like it, and I think it's really convenient. I've already expressed my one concern, but that can only be foretold in the future. Because I've got squares from like 2 or 3 projects right now that need to be steamed, and now I have the space to do them all at once. Oh my gosh, that's so convenient and nice. Okay, I'm probably just gonna call it. I'm probably gonna call it here and have this be whole one video. I know I kind of sat in this chair all of the video and just talked, but that's okay. That's okay. I've got more videos coming later in the future. I've got more coming. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, all that jazz, and all that jazz. And goodbye. Okay, I would just like to say really fast, I know I already filmed the outro to this, but I would just like to say that I'm pretty sure that I do have the proportions and like the scale of my granny square blocking correct, because when I put out the size that I had for these 2 granny squares on the other 2 placements over the board, there's 1 space. There's 1 dot space in between across the T where they, you know, where the pegs are. So if these granny squares are like standard granny square size, which I think they are, that would perfectly align with the photo on Amazon of this product, you know, because this is how they have it. They have 4 granny squares right there. And since there's like 1 dot space on both like the vertical and this way, I think that I'm doing it right, is what I'm saying. That's all.